It's three things in life that's certain: death, taxes, and 85 gonna always be open.
What's up, everybody? My name is Vince. Welcome to today's video. And it's bye week, baby. We're coming off a horrible 2-game stretch against the Jets and the Browns. We lost to the Jets 34-31. Mike White is just Jesus. And then we got our asses obliterated by the Browns 41-16. An awful stretch, yes, but we're past that now. So today I'm just going to be giving my report basically on my thoughts about the bye week and everything and how this has turned out so far. And I got a new iPhone now, iPhone 11, so hopefully the content I'm producing out now will come out much cleaner, much better. And I also got a microphone so you can hear my audio better. Anyway, let's jump into today's video and get into this report. First off, let's address the offense. The offense has not been what we expected coming into this season. This offense has kind of been a little staggered lately, and it just seems a little lost. They found their stretch a little bit against the Steelers, the Ravens, the Lions, and stuff like that, but they really haven't been able to turn it on and keep it 100% fluent. Well, they did against the Ravens and Lions, but that's it. T. Higgins hasn't been able to get going yet. His best game so far was the game against the Browns, and he didn't have a touchdown in that game. I don't know, maybe there's still an argument that can be had that T. Higgins' best game was against the Vikings week 1. Tyler Boyd just seems to be non-existent in this offense for some reason, and I'm shocked we don't go to him more on third down conversions. Tyler Boyd would be so much better in this offense if we just threw to him every time on third down almost. In my opinion, 80% of the targets should be Tyler Boyd's way on third down. Another thing I want to touch on, I don't get why this coaching staff plays Samaj Pirine so much. I think it's been pretty obvious for weeks now that Chris Evans is the better back over Pirine. So in the second half of the schedule, I would like to see way more snaps headed to Chris Evans. Hey man, it's Captain America, dude. We got to play him. Joe Mixon has been awesome. He's lived up to all expectations, I'd say, this season. No complaints with him, really. Only thing I can really ask him to be better in is pass blocking and be a little bit more efficient in the run game. And what I mean by that is just busting out bigger plays and getting much more chunk plays and maybe long touchdown plays like Chubb had against us with that 70-yard touchdown. Obviously easier said than done though, so what he has done so far is nothing short of amazing. Joe Burrow's looked pretty good. However, he's tied with the most interceptions in the league last I checked. That's probably changed now as this week's gone on. But still, man, Joe Burrow's got to limit the turnovers, man. It's getting out of hand. The offensive line has played pretty decent, pretty average for the most part. This is about what we wanted the line to be heading into the season. That's all we needed it to be, was average. So I can't really complain there. The only thing I can really ask more of from them is just to be more consistent. Another thing I want to touch on with the offensive line real quick, I don't like the idea of starting Adeniji over Jackson Carman. When Jackson Carman's been in the game, this offensive line has been very consistent and it's been held up very well. Granted, he's had a bad game or two, but he's a rookie. It happens. Overall, he's shown he can shine and he can be a starting guard, and he's been flat out impressing me. So Adenji's gonna have to do a lot to turn my impression around of him right now. I like Adeniji, I really do, but I don't like him more than Jackson Carman right now at this moment. Like I said, in Pollock I trust, so my faith is in him. And CJ Uzomah, man, I don't know. Everybody says he's been doing good this season, but in my opinion, he's been average. He had 2 fantastic games against the Jaguars and the Ravens. But outside of those games, he hasn't really produced as much. He only had 1 reception against the Steelers, a couple against the Vikings and stuff. Granted, the one against the Vikings that he had, that was incredible, and that blew the game open and gave us the game winner. I just think he could be involved a little bit more in the offense. Everybody can be more involved in the offense. It just seems like we rely on Jamar Chase too much. Jamar Chase is a fantastic player, and I can't complain about him. That was a home run pick. But we have to realize we have more than just Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon. We have T. Higgins. We have Tyler Boyd. We have CJ Uzomah, who's been more than capable of being a fantastic tight end. So just overall, we got to mix it up more, and we got to get this offense rolling in the second half, or I don't know if we make the playoffs. And on the defensive side of the ball, through the first 7 games, there are no complaints whatsoever. However, I'm very concerned with these last 2 games. It seems like they've forgotten completely how to tackle, and I don't understand what's been going on. I'm hoping with this bye week they can rejuvenate and they can come back with more energy and they can reassess themselves. But if they don't, this is going to be a long second half of the schedule. So am I scared? Yes, absolutely I'm scared. Pass rush seems to have dipped off a little bit in these last 2 games. It seems like Logan Wilson also forgot how to tackle. ADG also went down for a couple weeks. I don't know how long he's out for. Maybe he's back for the Raiders game. I don't know, but I don't know if he plays. Chidobe Awuzie also came back from the COVID list, but I have to say these last 2 games, he's been fairly average at best. I'm not very impressed with Cheeto over these last 2 games. The first 7 games, he was outstanding. No complaints whatsoever. He was top 10 corner. But now, I don't know what to think. I think Cheeto has to also do a little bit of soul searching over this bye week to get him back together and reassess himself. Jesse Bates also has just been not playing up to his par. A lot of people try to say that safeties in a strong defense, once they get a strong defense around them and they have less to do, they can become worse in a sense, and they need a minute to adjust. I don't know how that's going to pan out for Jesse Bates, but in my opinion, I don't believe that. Why don't I believe that? Just look at Minkah Fitzpatrick this season. He was doing bad on the Dolphins. It just didn't seem like a fit. Then he gets traded to Pittsburgh, which is already a stellar defense without him, and they look fantastic. Minkah was making plays left and right, and he was just dominating. And it was enough for people to call him the best safety in the league. However, look at it now, all of a sudden, out of nowhere this season, he's become awful. I don't get it, you know? I mean, the safeties are a weird position. Everything about this NFL season is just weird right now. Everything confuses me, everything puzzles me. I don't know what's gonna happen. So overall, just defense, they have to tighten up and they have to get rejuvenated over the break, or something's gonna happen that's not good for us. Now for the coaching staff, Zac Taylor had a rough go of it at the beginning of the season, but lately I think he's found his footing, honestly. I don't know what it is. I mean, Zac he seems a little inconsistent at times. But I will be honest, even though these last 2 games have been atrocious, I can't blame Zac Taylor as much as I blame the players. I blame the execution and players not performing as well more than Zac Taylor calling bad plays. I think the play calls have been fine. The only really bad play call I can say there was against the Browns game was that 2-point conversion. That was a bad play call. Even Joe Mixon was rolling his eyes at it and everything. That was bad. That one's on Zac. But everything else, I think I have to blame the scheming on Lou, and I have to blame the players not executing and just going brain dead for some reason. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a weird assessment. I don't know how to put the blame or put a generalization around why this team has been so bad these last 2 games. So really, that's all I can say. But my MVP so far this season definitely has to be Jamar Chase, without a doubt, no question about it. Also rookie of the team, of course, no doubt about that either. Well, with that just about wraps up the report for the bye week so far. And I got a Q&A to do with y'all guys. So let's check your guys' questions and let's see what we can answer. All right, first question up so far. Why is everyone so bad? I don't know, man. It's been a crazy week so far. And I will say, seeing all these games and how they've all been blown these last 2 weeks, it definitely reassures my faith in the Bengals taking this division or making the playoffs even. Yes, after those last 2 videos you saw of me shit talking and raining hellfire down on them, yes, I believe there's hope and we can still make the playoffs now that we've assessed everything. So the Ravens lost to the Dolphins 22-10, got absolutely dominated. The Browns just got spanked, and I mean spanked, 45-7 by the Patriots after they put their ass whooping on us last week, which, whew, that's a warm place in my heart right there. That's going to stay there for a while. And then the Steelers just tied with the Lions. Side note, Jared Goff, you fucking suck. But yeah, even the Bills losing to the Jags and all that stuff, it just reassures my faith that the Bengals can get it together. Oh, Cowboys and Broncos too. Now the Cowboys just spanked the Falcons 43-3. So yeah, so why everyone is so bad? It's just learning curves of this season, man. I think injuries play a part in it for the Ravens. I think it's just scheming and Baker Mayfield for the Browns, and the Steelers just playing down the competition yet again. Either that or Mason Rudolph is really just that fucking ass. On to the next question though. How big of a problem are Burrow's interceptions? Huge problem. Huge problem. No doubt about it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Burrow's interceptions, they need to be toned down. Granted, I think it's learning curves again, like I said with the last question, of him trying to figure out the offense in the NFL still and just trying to get this right. But you've played more than a rookie season now, man. It's time to get it together. You got to stop throwing these interceptions. So for me, I want to see more middle passes. Stop throwing passes to the outside so much. That seems to be Burrow's weakness. So throw it over the middle where Joe Burrow can see more clearly. Let T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd eat some more targets up, and the Jamar Chase receptions will flow as they come. We have 3 rapid fire questions here from Vaughn. What's going to be the game that shows who the Bengals really are? The game that's going to show the Bengals who they really are is the Chargers game. That's really going to be what it is to me. You can definitely make an argument for the Raiders game because that's going to be 2 straight losses and heading into the bye, and they were really bad losses. How are you going to come out? How are you going to respond? Are you going to come back and smack the Raiders? Are you going to come back and get a good W? What's going to happen? Honestly, the Chargers are a real opponent. They're a really tough opponent. and that's going to really say a lot about where this organization and this team is going to be headed towards the end of the season, at least in my opinion. Who needs to step up in order for the Bengals to take control of the North? Who needs to step up? It's the defense. Literally everybody on the defense needs to step up if we're going to take control of the North. This offense is still finding growing curves, and I'm thinking they're going to find them against the Raiders still. So this defense has to get their priorities straight. They got to learn how to tackle more. So defense has to get straight, and that's how we take control of the North. What have the other teams shown you that believe we have a shot? What they've shown me is that it's any given Sunday. Like I said, Cowboys losing to the Broncos 30-16. Bills losing to the Jaguars 9-6. Ravens losing to the Dolphins 22-10. Browns getting spanked by the Patriots 45-7. And of course, the Steelers tying with the Lions 16-16. So that's really just what shows me that we have a shot still, is that it's any given Sunday, and that we just need to find our groove and we can come back from this. One of my favorite Twitter users on here, Avery, Jamar Jungle, make sure you follow him. First question, record predictions for the second half of the season and our chances of making the playoffs. My record prediction for the second half of the season is going to be very interesting to me. Now, heading into the bye week, this is exactly where I had him if you watch my record prediction video at 5-4. I just didn't think it would happen in the way it did. So if you watch my video, I had us going 4-4 in the next series of weeks. But now, after seeing the schedule and how these other teams have performed, I'm gonna say Raiders we win, Steelers we win. Chargers, I think we're gonna fight and show that we can compete still, but I think we're gonna lose a close one, and it's gonna be a little high scoring. It's gonna be like mid-20s, I think. Then we have the 49ers after that, I believe. I think we're gonna beat them. They're pretty injured as shit right now, and they can't find a groove offensively. And defensively, their defensive backs are awful. Broncos, I also think we can win too. So that's 4-1 off the bat. Then we have the Ravens, and I don't know what's gonna happen there. That can go either way, to be honest. But I'm gonna say we take an L there for the sake of realisticness. And then the Chiefs game, I think we can absolutely win. I mean, have you seen Patrick Mahomes lately in his decision making? God, I don't know what's going on with the Chiefs. They are awful. And then you have the Browns, I think, to finish it off. And to be honest, I definitely think we can beat the Browns. I don't know if Burrow's gonna let that game go. I honestly don't know if he will. I don't think this team will let that game go, period. So if you tally up the record there, that would give us 11-6 on the season. That is very bold of me, but it's possible. It's possible. So our chances of making the playoffs, it's 50-50. It's 50-50. You can't really put it any other way. Your chances of making the playoffs are right there, man. We are right there. Next question from Avery. Thoughts on how the standings of the AFC North will play out? If I think we go 11-6, I think the Ravens will get the tiebreaker over us also at 11-6. So the Ravens should be somewhere about 11-6 as well, with the tiebreaker being over us in the second game. So I think that they take the division and we're in second. After seeing the Steelers play, I don't know what's going to happen with the Steelers, to be honest. Browns and Steelers are flip-flop. You can put those either way. I'm not going to waste too much time on it. I don't know. And finally, will Jamar separate himself in the Offensive Rookie of the Year race, or will other rookies catch up and he slows down? I think he's already separated himself, to be honest. I don't really see who else is close to him right now besides maybe Najee. But even then, Najee just gets overfed, and you can tell that he's way too big of a part of that offense. So to me, I think it's runaway. I think Jamar Chase is going to take home Rookie of the Year clear to this day. I don't know, though. Mac Jones did have an impressive-ass game. Actually, I take that back. It's not between Jamar and Najee, it's between Jamar and Mac Jones. We'll see how it goes, but I think Jamar's still the runaway. Next question here. Realistically, how many more games do the Bengals need to win to make the playoffs? In the AFC, you need 5 more wins. They need to get 10 wins minimum to have a chance at the playoffs, in my opinion. Our next one here, how does Burrow adjust to making a nothing play into something, especially with wide receiver 1 and 2 taken out from the play? So I'm assuming when T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are not in the play, or Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd aren't in the play, and they're being covered, and we need a big play from somebody, how does he make a play out of that? Using the tight end CJ Uzomah and using his legs. Now that sounds weird because Burrow's been using his legs a lot. However, Burrow's only been using his legs to scramble in the pocket and try to find another open way to throw the ball downfield. He needs to stop doing that, and he needs to just learn to take off and slide. I promise you, if 20% more of the time he starts just taking off and sliding when he needs to, and he just gets a little bit of chunk plays at a time like that, this offense will probably be way more improved because the defense will be on their toes about Burrow's legs, and that'll let Burrow throw the open guys more as it goes on. Definitely use CJ Uzomah more. Like I said, the tight ends are supposed to be your safety blanket, so make sure CJ Uzomah is your safety blanket. and I overestimated a little bit. That was the last question. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video and the bye week report and the Q&A. If you want to follow my Twitter and follow me and keep up to date and get ready for more Q&As like that I may do in the future, make sure you follow my Twitter on the screen right here. Smart Reviewer, follow it. And also, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment down below, and like. Also, comment down below your thoughts on the Bengals bye week and stuff, and just overall thoughts like that. I also do a podcast with Rax. Make sure you follow his Twitter right there on the screen. And also, make sure you subscribe to our podcast, the Jungle Fever podcast. We're hosting every Friday. I had a little bit of webcam issues last week, but hopefully that'll change. Make sure you go look it up and subscribe right there on the screen. And again, if you need all that stuff, it's all down in the description if you don't want to look it up. So all down in the description, make sure you check it there as well. One last time, subscribe, like, and comment down below if you enjoyed today's video. Hope you all stay safe. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Have an awesome week. I love you all. Hoo day.